In this question, you are supposed to find 3 other angles with the same sine value as 35 degrees in the domain of negative 360 degrees to 360 degrees positive. As we have established before, the way we measure our angle is always starting from the x positive axis. And for positive angle, we measure counterclockwise. And then the sine value of this angle will be equal to the y coordinates of its terminal point over here on this unit circle. So the sine of angle 35 degrees or any angle in that matter is equal to the y coordinate of its terminal point. Now think about it. This point is not the only point which has this y coordinates yp. The way you read it is you will look at the number over here on the y axis, right? And if let's say I draw a line like this and I read my y coordinates over here, remember that there is another point on this side, on the left hand side here, that has exactly the same reading, the same y coordinates as point P. So what is the implication of this? If I just put a line over here that just touch and intersect the unit circle at this point, now this will be a terminal point of another angle that I can measure from the x positive axis that will have exactly the same sine value as 35 degrees because they both will have the same y coordinate of their terminal point. So because of the symmetry, then we know that the measure of this part over here is actually also 35 degrees. However, this is not the angle we are looking for because the angle has to be always measured starting from the x positive axis. So with this terminal point and this terminal line, which angle are we talking about? Then we just measure from the x positive axis here to this terminal line there, and this is the angle we are talking about. And the measure of this angle is clearly then 180 degrees from this straight line over here minus 35 degrees. So then we will have the first angle with the same sine value as 180 degrees minus 35 degrees, which is then 145 degrees. It might remind you of something when we have done the ambiguous case of sine rule, when we might find 2 answers. Once you get the first one, the first angle, the second one is just then 180 minus the first angle. So that might remind you of that. Is there any other angle that has the same sine value? Well, of course. Remember that in one round we don't always go counterclockwise with positive angle, but we can also go clockwise, which means we will have a negative angle. So if I start from here and I try to reach this terminal line over there, then my angle will be this measure over here. So this will be my angle then on the negative direction. And what is the size? It is just 180 plus 35 degrees. So then I will have 180 degrees plus 35 degrees. However, don't forget this time I go to the negative direction. So my angle is then negative 215 degrees. The last angle that we can actually draw from here with the same sine value as 35 degrees is ending at this terminal line over here. And the angle size will be starting from the x positive coordinates and all the way to this terminal line. And it's almost one round, 360 minus 35 degrees here. And remember our angle, since we go to clockwise direction, it is negative angle. So we will have negative, and the size is 360 minus 35 degrees. So the answer will be negative 325 degrees. So in this case, you have found your 3 angles with the same sine value as 35 degrees, and these angles are your answer.